Alright, so I wanted to show you guys something. So remember this exhaust I have here, I just put this in. I haven't even ridden it yet, I just did a sound test. So look at the pipes, look at this. Look how blue they turned. This, this is the oxidation of any steel as it gets hot and exposed to the air below up to 800 degrees. It will have oxidation colors, also known as tempering colors. So it's hotter up here. This is closer to 800 degrees here, and down here it's a straw color. Straw color is usually around 350 or so degrees. But look how far that coloring went down on this exhaust. If you compare that to my Termignoni here, look at the Termignoni. It went very far. It's only a few inches. Where this one up here, it's definitely further. It looks like it went up double, maybe even triple the distance. So that's pretty interesting, considering that this one here is brand new, and this one here has close to 1,000 miles on it. Looks like the middle pipe has more heat than the two ends. But anyways, yeah, close to 1,000 miles versus brand new. Let's look at the rest of the pipe. We'll stick right here. So this part right here is, this is where the part of the muffler, and it's welded. So that means, I believe this is titanium, but I'm not 100% sure. I know this part right here is titanium. This part of the can is titanium for sure. This here, I'm not 100%, but I think it's also titanium as well. And titanium, when it also has tempering colors as well, and it oxidizes as well. And you see, actually, this part right here has more color change than compared to here. See that? Titanium's a little bit more sensitive to heat, as far as because basically titanium doesn't conduct heat very well. Stainless doesn't conduct heat very well, but titanium is actually even worse than stainless in heat conduction. So basically, it gets hot and it stays hotter. But the other thing to keep in mind is that this section right here, this is where the catalytic converter is. So that gets real hot because you have that honeycomb in there, right? That honeycomb and it catches all the heat, through the whole entire cross section. Whereas over here, where it's just nothing, it's just straight through. All the hot gases just flow straight through, right? Here, all the hot gases hit that honeycomb and it spreads out that heat. That's why it gets hotter. But anyways, so even down here, you see a lot of straw coloring on my Termignoni. You see the straw coloring all the way over here. Also, you see it's kind of hot right here. This one actually also has a catalytic converter as well. I have it right in here, and you sort of see a little bit of slightly coloring difference. And right here, there's some actually it's actually kind of hot right here too, because this is anytime usually where there's a bend, it tends to get hot because as the heat goes through, it's shooting straight, and when it hits that bend, the flames, basically the hot gases hits this bend right here. So usually the outside it gets a little bit hotter than the inside of the bend. So that's just how it is. But yeah, this one also has a cat right here. Doesn't quite, seems like it doesn't quite get as hot. This one is supposed to be a tie as well. At least this part right here, this part is a tie, I know for sure. I'm not sure if this down here is tie or not. Just like with the Termignoni, I mean the Akrapovic, I'm not sure this is tie, but I think this is tie. But I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe it is. On this one, I'm not 100% sure this part right here is tie or if it's stainless. But the can itself is tie. So yeah, so I thought that was interesting. This one does have the flash tune. It's been flash tuned using the Graves flash. This one has it too, but when I first put this on, I didn't have the flash. I actually, it was still a stock flashing. So when I did the sound test, it's probably not as much fuel. It's less rich, so not as much fuel leaving and getting into the exhaust. So that could be a reason why that's showing a little bit more heat than this one is. That's one possible reason. Other possible reason is that it's possible that well, you know, it doesn't make sense. So usually when a motors run lean, it tends to run a little bit hotter, but the exhaust gases, at least the exhaust gas leaves pretty hot as well. But it's, you know, like I said earlier, possible that if you have something that's rich and there's still fuel, and when it shoots out, it's still, you know, it's out in a pipe, it's still burning. So that potentially could why that this one is showing maybe it's a little hotter. Besides that, I really can't think of why this one's getting hotter. Maybe this exhaust has more back pressure. Maybe, I don't know. It's I mean, both these have catalytic converters. They both have dB killers. You know, their decibel reading is pretty much the same. I mean, obviously I haven't ridden this one yet, so I have no idea how it would feel. Or other difference, this one has the connected pipes. That shouldn't make much of a difference, those connected pipes. As far as heat goes anyways, it shouldn't make much of a difference. If anything, it should help, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. So other cool thing, let's see what else differences. So the looks of it, and I mentioned this in my other videos before. See how right here it's like almost a 90 degrees, so that doesn't look as quite as nice. But what I actually, you know, the pictures and even maybe even looking on the video here, it might be kind of hard to tell. But this pipe, it seems to be kind of more tucked in. Everything's kind of like tucked in more, it seems like to me, for some reason. But this right here doesn't look as cool as the Termignoni, because the Termignoni, you know, instead of going at this, you know, 90 degrees right here almost, the Termignoni actually cuts across this angle right here, and it hugs this angle, so it looks nicer that way. But the cool thing about having this right here is that it gives you space to for the oil filter. You know, with the Termignoni, it's like it's right up against there. I have like barely half an inch or 3/4 of an inch of space, but with this, I easily could stick my whole fist in there between the exhaust pipe and the oil filter. Let's look at it. Right, I could easily stick my hand right here between the exhaust pipe and the oil filter. Right, my fist. Right, so that'll make changing oil a lot easier. And also, there's more clearance here on the drain pipe as well. On the Termignoni, when it comes out right here where the pipe is, it angles almost right away, right once you pass the pipe. So there's hardly any room at all to stick a wrench in there. You probably need to use like an open end wrench. You know, a socket wrench won't fit in on this with the Termignoni, but with this, with the Akrapovic, it fits with the socket wrench. The Termignoni needs to use an open end wrench because that's more streamlined. So that's cool. I like that. I like, you know, having more room to work. And besides that, it's just really tucked in. It's very tucked in right there. It's hardly noticeable. So that's why I like about this thing. Everything's just really tucked in, not very noticeable at all. It's very low key. So you know, unlike the Termignoni, it's a little bit, you know, it sticks out a little bit more. It's a little bit louder. You know, in visual, not necessarily in sound. Well, maybe in sound, and the tone's different. But visually, I mean, it's not as loud. Even though for the most part they're the same color. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.